The ignition coil works with the flywheel to create the electric charge needed to fire the spark plug. A magnet in the flywheel passes by the ignition coil, exciting the wire coil, creating an electric charge that is then sent to the spark plug. The coil will wear over time and can eventually fail. Sometimes ignition coils fail all at once. Other times they will fail intermittently. Often a bad coil will work when it's cold and then fail once it is warmed up. Replacing the ignition coil is a repair that you can do yourself, and I'm going to show you how.
Hi, I'm Mark Soja.
Do-it-yourself repairs like these are easier than you might think. From lawn machines to cordless drills, kitchen mixers,
Outdoor grills.
our how-to videos walk you through each repair from start to finish. So doing it yourself means never having to do it alone.
Let's get started.
I'll begin by removing the blower tube from the blower. To unlock the tube lock, I'll insert a screwdriver against the tab, and I'll twist the lock. Now I can remove the tube. Next, I'll remove the lock ring. Next, I'll remove the muffler cover and the starter. Now I'll remove the pawl assembly. And I'll remove the starter plate. And now I'll remove the carburetor and fuel tank assembly. Next, I'll remove the upper handle. Note how the wires are routed through the handle, and then remove the other half. I'll remove the guard, the trigger assembly, I'll remove the spark plug wire, and remove the inner plastic guard. Now we'll begin disassembling the blower housing. I'll remove the guard, next the outer portion of the housing, now the impeller, and now I can remove the inner portion of the impeller housing. And I'll pull the wires away from the housing. Now that I have access to the ignition coil, I can go ahead and remove it. Now I'll begin installing the new ignition coil. First, I'll need to remove the boot, clip, and grommet. The boot is made up out of two pieces. I'll remove the clip from the wire and slide off the grommet. I'll slide the grommet onto the new ignition wire. I'll align the clip onto the ignition wire and press it into the wire with a pair of pliers. Now I'll reinstall the boot and the boot flange. As I reinstall the ignition coil, I need to set the gap between the flywheel magnets and the coil. To do that, I'll use a gapping tool. It's simply a piece of plastic that's 14 thousandths of an inch thick, which is the proper gap for this engine. If you don't have a gapping tool, a thick business card will work as well. I'll place the tool over the magnets and then stick the ignition coil to the magnets. I'll line the grommet with the heat shield. I'll start the screws. Then I'll push the ignition coil firmly against the flywheel and tighten up the screws. Then I can remove the gapping tool. Now I'll reconnect the ignition wires from the handle. And now I'll reinstall the blower housing. I'll slide the lower handle onto the housing and place it over the engine, aligning the screw holes. Now reinstall the impeller. And the other side of the impeller housing. And I'll reinstall the guard. Now I'll reroute the ignition wires into the housing. First, they pass through the small gap just above the spark plug wire. Then through the notch at the top of the fan housing. Next, they go through the groove on the front of the housing. Next, I'll install the plastic guard. It slides behind the isolator, and as I install it, I need to thread the spark plug wire through the notch. Now I'll reinstall the trigger and the throttle linkage, along with the linkage cover. And now I can reinstall the handle. I'll make sure the wires are behind the pins on the handle. And now I can secure this half of the handle. I'll go ahead and reconnect the spark plug wire. And now I can install the other half of the handle. Now reinstall the fuel tank. And the starter plate. Next, the starter pawl assembly. And now reinstall the starter. And the muffler cover. Now reconnect the carburetor linkage. The cable attaches to the back side of the wire linkage. Now I'll thread the intake gasket onto the housing bolts, pass the bolts through the carburetor and through the rear intake gasket. And then I'll secure this assembly to the engine. I'll reinstall the air filter and the air filter cover. And I'll finish up by reinstalling the blower tube clamp and the blower tube. And now you know how to replace your small engine's ignition coil. Be sure to check back often for new videos and expert advice. If you found this video helpful, give us a thumbs up.
And leave a comment.